Hey, how you doing, guys? Give me a sec. So, I was thinking, and I actually had this a, uh, a remembrance from when I was a child. Well, uh, I don't know, somewhere in my early 20s. Um, and I was wondering because, well, you see, I have a 4 inch pecker, 4 and some change. It's 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 not as much of a struggle as you think, but I I I've heard most women prefer light, dainty hose. Anyways, um, yeah. Well, I had this a wondering of sorts about a strap on, and I was wondering, I was wondering, for smaller peckers, is there a strap on that you can that you can like wear, but your pecker goes in it. Your pecker goes in it, and like maybe it has to be like special made where they like measure your penis and get the circumference, diameter, whatever you want to call it. You know, if they would measure it, and if they did measure it, like they can get the size, and that way when you put the strap on, it'll fit over your penis. So when you put it over your penis, like it'd be really form fit. And if it was form fit, um would it like could you use it like you could fuck a woman, your lady, whatever. uh if you're into men you can do that too, but women, for me, I like vagina. Anyways, anyways, um put the strap on over your pecker, and you rail your lady, and your strap on could be, I don't know, I want a foot long. That'd be cool. It's probably about average for, I don't know. Anyways, um, yeah, 11 inches, 12 inches. That'd be nice. So, anyways, um, 12, 11, 12 inch, 11, 12 inch strap on over my 4 inch pecker, 4 and some change. Um, and then you're railing your lady. But when you get to the bottom, at the base, those 4 and some change inches, that's my penis, would be like, you could feel, because it's like, it's how do you put it? It's it's a material where you can like feel through it. So you're railing you're railing your lady, your woman, um, and uh, yeah, you're railing your woman, and you get like down to that last four by the base, and once you get to your pecker, you feel your pecker inside her vag, like you, like, you know what I mean. So she's getting railed by 12 inches, but you only have four. My wondering was if that exists, and if it does, if it does, that would be that would be very helpful. Anyways, because then I'd have a 11, 12 inch pecker, but and I could rail her, and I could just like lie and be like, no, this is my cock. This is my dick. I'm 11 inches, 12 inches, and they'd just be like, oh, well, that works, and I'd be like, yeah, 11, 12 inches. So yeah, and then but when you blam, you I don't really some well I don't know. I don't always shoot the furthest, but maybe like some hydraulic system, because you don't really need how do you put it? You don't really need a whole bunch in the rest of the dildo. You can have like something, I don't know, some type of material that to where it doesn't like cave in or bend or anything. Anyways, you know what I mean? So there'd be a lot of empty space. And in that empty space, you could put like a hydraulic system. So when you blam, it goes into some type of like projectile thing. Um, and when you go in so you nut me, I'd nut, and then it would go into a the projectile, and then the projectile would shoot it out the tip of the 11-inch strap on, and then it go inside her. Because if you just like blam and you don't nut, I don't know if vasectomies work. I'm not sure if you nut when you have vasectomy, but it, I'm 32. I don't have vasectomy, so so um you couldn't really lie to a woman and be like, well, I didn't nut because I had a vasectomy. They'll be like, at 32, what do you say to that? You can't really lie about that. Well, I guess some people can, but I I don't know. Anyways, um, yeah, but could you imagine? Right? Could you imagine having 4 inches, right, and you're grilling your woman with a 12-inch cock, and as you're doing this, you're hearing like sounds a woman would make with a 12-inch cock. Like I don't know, just seems seems interesting. But I don't know. Let me smoke a bowl real quick. The the hard part would be uh, how'd you do it? How like if it's a strap on and it's like would it hang like you'd have to have a way to make it to make it hard. Um, how would you make the dildo? Because the dildo or not dildo, the the strap on like you can't. Hold on, gotta keep my pipe going. Anyways, the strap on. How would you make it erect? How would you make it go soft to hard? You'd have to put on the strap on, like without your girl looking, and that's I. What do you tell her? Would you just be like, turn around real quick? I gotta get a boner. I don't think that's I don't think that's how it works. Anyways, hold on, pipe went out. Anyways, um, so I guess I, I don't know. I'm gonna try and role play something. So I'm out on a date with a lady. Well, I don't know if she's a lady yet. At this point, she's a woman. Anyways, any, anyways, out on a date with a woman. It doesn't matter how I met her. Anyways, um, go out get something to eat. I don't have a lot of money, so I'm not sure where I'd get the money, but um, got I don't know. Let's say 25 $30. It's 2024. Assume she's gonna pay for her half, but if if not, I guess I guess I'll just see what I can do with $30. Um, go to a restaurant, uh, eat, conversation. How's your day? How are you doing? Uh, what do you do for a living? This is our first date. Uh, anyway, this is our first date. Go to a restaurant. We're talking, having a good time. How's she doing? How am I doing? Uh, conversation. My day went well. Her day went well. She had a constructive day at work. I don't, I don't work, but I look for work sometimes. Anyways, uh, date goes well. Conversation, more conversation. Uh, some story about a dog. Some story about me wanting a dog. Some story about her cousin or brother. Some story about uh, me, uh, my brother. Um, uh, uh, other conversation. Order gets there. She gets something a little I don't know like with with salad. Uh, and and I don't give her shit about it because I like salad too. But 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 um so uh I don't like steak. steak's not steak's not something I like. uh it's too gamey, I guess. um uh I'd probably get I don't know, depends on where you went, cheeseburger. uh I'm a fan of chicken. I, I like I like I don't know, chicken sandwiches, chicken strips, chicken anything with chicken. Um Not supposed to eat beef, but I do anyways. Anyways, yeah. So then she gets like, uh, she gets, I don't know, uh, pasta, pasta and salad. In my head, I'm like, this bitch is retarded. But out loud, I'm like, that looks like a good meal. I'm like, I, 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 I appreciate and respect your choice in food. Uh, but in my head, she's slowly turning into a lady. Anyways, um, uh, yeah. So uh, great conversation. She wants me to meet her dog. I tell her I have an 11. I tell her I have an 11-inch cock, but then I make a little joke that makes her assume there's like some change in there that makes makes a little bit of a difference. Uh, she gets a little swoony, hot and bothered, and so she goes, yeah, we'll go back to. She goes, oh, go back to her place. Go back to my place and and uh and just see what happens. see what happens. And then I'm like, uh, and then me Booker, I'm like, well, uh, sounds good to me. Um, I haven't got to play in a while, so uh, we go back to her place, and this whole time she thinks I have an 11 and some change inch cock, and during we end up back at her place, and she invites me into her home. I go into her home, and when I get into her home, I have my jacket on, and she she takes off her jacket. Apparently, for this story, I'm in winter time, so I assume she most likely is too, because she's a woman and in person. So it's winter, and we she invites me in. She takes off her jacket. I take off my jacket. We sit on the couch. We talk bullshit. This video is getting a little long, so try and speed it forward. Talk bullshit. End up on the couch. Once upon on TV. Ain't shit on TV. Netflix fucking boring. Uh, Hulu's for fucking homos. I mean, JK. But anyways, uh, um, Hulu's not working out. So we we so, so so since Netflix and chill isn't working, it the Hulu hangout didn't go as planned. We end up doing the uh, Peacock and Touch My Rock, and and Peacock works kind of well. Uh, Peacocks. So we end up we end up watching some Peacock, but we go she has a uh, uh yes, Peacock's not working out. So we go into we go into her bedroom. We get into her bedroom because things were getting fancy on the couch. I skipped that. We were we were sitting there, or in the role play, sitting there, start making out because it was cold. So put my arm around her because in the story I have game, but I don't actually have game. So in the story, I put my arm around her, and this time it actually works, and she she doesn't politely tell me that she has zero interest, and then I get sad. That's a true story. Anyways, Anyways, in this story, she's actually into me, and we go into the bedroom, and we get into the bedroom, and we start just kind of sitting there and talking, but then it gets like quiet, and I'm not good at love making stories because I have a orange pecker. Anyways, anyways, get into the bedroom, got a little bit of talking going on, but she's like, "Oh, I'm cold," and I'm like, she's like, "Oh, I'm kind of cold," and I'm like, "Well, you know, uh, uh, I'm me too, kind of, I guess, but it'd be a lot warmer if we uh, took off our clothes or something." And she's like, "Well, yeah, maybe." Anyway, let me regroup. Let me smoke my pipe. One sec. Anyways, so get in the bedroom, sweet talking. I can tell by the look in her eyes, she already is assuming I have an 11-inch cock. Even though, like I said, I have four and some change, but I have the dildo, or not the dildo. I have the strap on, but I didn't tell her. So this is where it gets a little weird. Um, so I put on the strap on. Well, not yet. I tell her, she takes off her clothes. She has a beautiful vagina. She has beautiful, beautiful titties, beautiful hair, beautiful eyes, great, great, great. What's the word I'm looking for? She's got a uh, she's I can't think of the word. It's 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 not a plight thing I'm thinking about, but she'd be a beautiful lady. Let's just put it that way. Anyways, she's getting a little she's feeling romantic, and she's naked. And then so I have to get naked. I take my shirt off. There's a little bit of confidence. Got this like scar on my stomach, so it's a stupid story, but it's kind of cool. So I take off my shirt, you know, uh, take off my shirt, take off my uh, shorts, pants, but I leave my boxers on because she can't know I have a four and some change cock yet. So uh, she's like waiting to see my cock, and I'm like, turn around real quick. I got a surprise for you. And she's like, okay. So she's like, but why don't like she says she likes to see a man whip out his pecker. And so I'm like, well, that's not how I work. It's a surprise. You're gonna be you're gonna be pleased when you see it, but turn around first. So she turns around, and then so she turns around, and then when she's turned around, I drop my boxers and I put on the strap on, but it's all like skin colored. So in my head, I'm like, she better not see the fucking the straps. Hopefully, she just sees the pecker, and then the pecker is the skin colored, so it's like white like my body, and it's 11 inches. So so in this so so I tell her to turn around because I have officially strapped on my 11-inch white pecker and 11 and some change. So she turns around and she gets real surprised. She's like, "Oh my god, that's a massive cock!" And I'm like, "Well, damn right it is. I said I was 11 and some change." and and to my surprise, she didn't notice it was a strap on, but it's one of my fancy strap ons. If this doesn't exist, someone make it and send me some money. So uh, it's one of my fancy strap-ons. So so even if I start railing her, once it gets down to the base, I get to feel it too. So she's like, oh, hot and bothered, and then I'm not good at sexy time stories because once again, small cock. Anyways, we do positions and fancy stuff, and I swoon her lady parts or woman parts and the romanticy ways of 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 romance. Anyways, the romance and the heat of the what do you call it? The the longevity and ways of lust and desire. you know. So long story short, I sling some 11 and some change into cock, and she's making all the sounds a woman would, I assume, with a 11-inch cock, and some change, um, and yeah, and then finally, some time goes by. This is how I assume it works. Uh, anyways, this, uh, reeling her, and I assume with a massive uh, uh, penis, you have to take your time before they can get to the base, is the assumption. So so when you so I make it about about to my four and some change. I hit about where there's five out, and I'm like, it's almost my turn. and so she's like, she's laying in the fanciest position a woman could be in. I don't know what it's called. Uh, yeah, let's make her doggy style for this one. Anyways, so she's doggy style, and I'm uh you know yeah, I hit it from the back, doing the thing, doing my thing, doing my thing, and so about five hits, and I get all like giddy and jittery because I'm like it's almost my turn. So then you know more and more, and then you hit about like, because you know how the head of a penis works, it gets like kind of skinnier, or at least mine does. so so even once it hits my inch length, I don't feel it directly yet, but a good like what, couple centimeters, I don't know. Uh, then you start feeling it on. I start feeling it on the head of my pecker, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Anyways, so then slowly I end up getting my forward and some change in there, and and I got 4 inches, and they're like I don't know, making the screamy sounds or whatever that an 11-inch would. So, but then she's like, why aren't you thrusting? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bitch, I only have four and some change, and I'm all this was to get to my four and some change, and I don't care about the other nine. What is that? 4, 8, 12. So eight, somewhere around 8 inches, eight and some change, seven and I don't know, seven some change, said eight and change, somewhere around eight. So he gets about that 8 inch. I don't care about that 8 inches. I only have four and some change. So so I'm like I said, so I'm sitting there fucking like jamming that jamming that four to the base and not thrusting the rest of that 8 inches. Then she starts getting dissatisfied, thinking I don't know how to fuck. and, and but then I got to realize, I'm working with that strap on, so I start pulling out and thrusting. Not next thing you know, I'm fucking her and I'm not even feeling it because she needs the whole 11. And so I'm like working with a 11 and some change cock, but I got four 4 inches. So so and then yeah, so long story short, it ends up not being as fun as I thought. But you get to hear some cool sounds, and then you get to go all the way to the base when you play them, and then it shoots it through the little mechanism, the projectile mechanism, shoots it through. You get the jizz inside her, and yeah, so you get the jizz inside her, and then uh, then you get a compliment. I pull out, but then I pull out, and I like it goes soft because in this story, since it's a role play, the dildo actually, or the strap on actually works and goes soft. And then so I put on my clothes real quick so she doesn't see the straps, and then we have a good conversation. And then she says maybe there'll be a next time. So I say that'd be wonderful. I had a good time, and she's like, uh, uh, would you like to stay the night? And I'm like, probably not. I gotta go. And she can't find out I have orange pecker. Anyways, um, so then I bail out. So then I bail out, go to where I'm going, and run into her the next time I can, and keep her number, have a plans for a second date. It goes well, but it can't last too long because they can't know I have a 4.5 inch cock. Whoa. four and some change. It's actually not 4.5. It's like 417. For I don't know. I haven't measured it in a while. But yeah. So if this dildo or if this strap on doesn't exist, um, uh, get the schematics, make some blueprints, and make one or make a whole bunch. And when you do, find Booker Web. I have a Facebook and well, no, I don't have Facebook. I, uh, it's a long story. I have an Instagram, and on my Instagram, you can find me there. I don't remember my name on Instagram, but find me there, and yeah, find me there and send me money. And with that money, I'll buy one of those, and if I'm lucky, maybe I'll get to use one. Anyways, that's my story about uh, the strap on that I wanted to patent, but I don't have the money uh, in this story. I don't know. Anyways, have a good evening slash morning. I don't know what time it is. Uh, fun story. Uh, yeah, I came up I came up with a pretty fun story. I Booker Web. My nicknames being Book Nasty, Books McGooks. On some less I don't know, sometimes Ganky McShanky. That's the one. Um, uh, uh, I can't think of any others. Anyways, um, yeah, those are my stories, or that's my story. Have a good one. Uh, give me money. Most your moms are whores. I like vagina. Uh, rest in peace, Justin. Uh, shout out to my mom. She's always shitting. All these other motherfuckers fart, but my mom be shitting. Anyways, later.